On stage, we have the presence of Shri Abhishek Dehi, Chairperson, APIDA, and he'll also be our chairperson for today. Then we have Dr. Shashwati Bose, General Manager, APIDA. Can we have a huge round of applause for Ma'am's relevant buddy? Now we welcome you. Moving on, we are going to have the speaker as a director of NCONF, where he oversees organic and natural farming. He leads national and regional programs to promote organic agriculture and sustainable farming practices across India. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to welcome Dr. Kadinesh Sharma, Director NCONF. Can we have a huge round of applause as he makes his way to the stage? So we welcome you.
No, एक ही can for coordinate by the bidding.
One more time, a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome you, sir. Moving on, we are going to call a personality who serves as Chief Administrative Officer of Magnolia, handling the administrative, operational, and capacity building functions for Meghalaya's organic and natural farming initiatives. Everybody, please put your hands together for Sri Magbol Lingdo Soyam. Can we have a huge round of applause? So, shall we have you on the stage, please? We welcome you, sir. One more time, give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Moving on, our esteemed speaker is going to be a managing director at NCOA, a national cooperative focus on building high-quality organic supply chains in India. Now, handing over the mic for setting the context to Shri Abhishek Dev, who will also be the chairperson for this thought-provoking session. Shri Abhishek Dev, sir.
Esteemed co-panelists in today's session and also the audience and the stakeholders of the organic ecosystem to have come to join us on this discussion on taking forward organic rice production and also organic exports. So, as you all know that the world organic market is going at the steady pace, and as the latest data, the overall organic market size is around $140 billion. And while there have been ups and downs here, it is something which we think is a very important area moving forward in terms of both the exports and in terms of the growth of the market. India's organic exports have also been rising across the years, and last year we had a figure of around $666 million. And coming specifically to rice, it was the largest segment last year. In fact, overall the exports were around $163 million, which were primarily basmati rice, but now some non-basmati rice have also started easier to SKUs. If we see the production and also what is happening, so we are seeing that the number of organic cultivators, organic producers, and also the area under organic production is steadily increasing, all due to the extra efforts of NCONF and also the stakeholder Ministry of Agriculture and also the state governments. And we see a lot of good work happening across the states in increasing the area under certification and also itself increasing production also. But the challenge which we see both in the rice sector but also in the overall area, that while the production is happening, people are getting certified, but the final product is not getting marked. So for that, we are very happy that we have now leading players, be it Organic India, ITC, and also Amul, and of course Mr. Mittal from NCOL have all now started coming in a big way in doing the procurement of the organic production. In fact, what is happening is a very reverse kind of thing, that there is a good demand for organic products, but the assured supply of assured quantity at a assured price is not available. So through this session, we can look at various aspects on the organic ecosystem, particularly for rice, how we can increase the production, how the marketing can be increased, how the exports are displayed forward for now. What are environments and what is the way forward, Yapa? If you take it forward, because we have a depletion right not a variety and the state governments very recently we are working on a organic export plan for the state of Goa. Here they want to come in organic production in a big way. Meghalaya is also one state which is doing utmost in increasing the organic production. Other states likewise, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, so many states, you can see that there is a rapid rise in the people who are cultivating under the organic way. But you also see that in any case, in organic production, there is a cost of certification. And people get discouraged in case they make such investment for getting themselves certified, but they are not able to market. So what can be the measures in which we can ensure that the genuine certified products, once they are produced, the farmers get a good price for it, and also stakeholders who are building their brands are able to get the assured supply of certified products. So my request to the panelists is to please delve on all these topics and suggest a way forward which we can work with the stakeholder ministries, departments, and also the state governments to push the organic production and also the organic export surveys.
In the round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Abhishek sir, for setting the context for this thought-provoking session. And now I'd like to hand over my mic to Dr. Sashwati Bose, who have joined us on the stage for leading wonderful, a very insightful session.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all. Respected Chair, Shri Abhishek Dev, Chairman of PIDA, distinguished panelists, Shri Makbul Lindog Swaim, CAO of Magnolia, Shri Vipul Dattan, Managing Director, NCOL, Shri Anil Jadhav, Regional Director of EcoServe, and Shri Lapandre, CEO of Pratiti Organics, and all our esteemed participants. A very warm welcome to this session on boosting organic exports from India. We all know that organic rice holds immense promise not only as a major export commodity but also export in many processed forms, thus enhancing the farmers' incomes, and it has a very good potential also in regions like the northeastern regions with natural advantages for organic cultivation. Today, we have eminent panelists from the organic sector, and we look forward for enriching discussions and insights during the deliberations. So, with permission of the chair, I would like to start the discussions. And my first question will be to Dr. Gablesh Sharma, Director NCONS. Dr. Gablesh Sharma is Director in National Center for Organic and Natural Farming. So he has rich experience in, especially in promoting organic farming at the grassroots level. So, and also developing the participatory guarantee system, PGS. So with these three, my question would be like, the PGS system has played a vital role in empowering small and marginal farmers in organic farming. So how do you see its role evolving, particularly in promoting the organic rice cultivation and strengthening the farmers' participation?
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shashti. Thank you, Chairman Sir, for giving me an opportunity to be here in this organic rice conference, this session. And the question raised is that how PGS system of certification is going to promote organic rice cultivation in the country. See, organic rice, the potential is there. Our farmers, traditionally, they are very some in cultivating the rice. you all know that we have lot of traditional rice varieties which show potential for growing it organically. And Indian Institute, this Katak Institute, Rice Institute under ICAR, they have done a very great job by releasing very good varieties, and they have validated the traditional varieties also, like for example, you all know Kala Jeera, Tulsi Fool. So these are the varieties which even they are doing very good when this organic rice cultivation is taken up by the small growers, the marginal farmers, and also the big farmers. And in Odisha itself, you can see that more than 500 traditional varieties are there which show potential to grow organically. So potential is there, and government is also trying hard to take up small and marginal farmers in collectives through PGS India certification system. And we have more than 20 lakh farmers. And out of these 20 lakh farmers, roughly, I must say, about 1,50,000 farmers are dealing with rice cultivation, and potential is there. And we are supporting the farmers, because farmers, the challenge before the farmers is that they are not aware about the latest, production technology. Production technology in the sense that how to start with latest nursery raising techniques, and then organically how to grow rice. We have Hajola, we have bioagents. In case of organic farming, lot of challenges are there. Technological gaps are also there. So how to plug all these gaps? We have taken care of all these things. We are trying hard that through BGS India certification system. You all know that participatory guarantee system of certification system is basically a training-led certification system. Here, we are not concentrating more on inspections and certifications, but we concentrate more on mutual learning, the peer-based learning, the peer inspections, and also the capacity building of the farmers is being taken care of. Only gap here is that we have to sensitize the Krishi Vigyan Kendras, which we are doing through Ministry of Agriculture. Various regional centers are there. Krishi Vigyan Kendras are there. They can further take up the latest production technology techniques along with our regional centers to sensitize farmers about the latest production technology. How in organic farming also the yield losses are not there, because the scientific institutes, the scientific findings show that for the first 3 to 4 years, we have seen even 40 to 50% yield loss. But after 4th and 5th year, the recovery starts. But potential now, which Government of India is seeing now, is through National Mission Natural Farming, that you all know that our Honorable Prime Minister has initiated this flagship program, Mission Natural Farming, where more than 1 crore farmers will be targeted for, taking up all kind of crop cultivation, including rice cultivation also. So potential and scopes are there. So we are increasing the number of farmers, and through Krishi Vigyan Kendras, by identifying the master trainers, the champion farmers, means the farmers who are doing very well in organic farming. They are the trainers at grassroots level for training the clusters of the farmers. So here we can think of integrating these small clusters, or we can say small groups of farmers which are involved in PGS certification, how they can be linked up with the third party certification also. If they want to come into the certification also, then how they can be taken up. They can easily transition to LPOB. So these things are being taken care of in the latest NPOB review also. So this is there from my side, Dr. Shashpati. I will buy a content.
Thank you, Dinesh ji. You have nicely, conveyed that a lot of potential for the peaches farmers, and also how to connect with the export market. And now a question will be to Shri Makbul Lilok Swem sir, Magnolia as Chief Administrative Officer. Sir, from the state government perspective, many organizations have been working to deepen the farmer engagement in organic cultivation. So, from your experience, what are the effective strategies which will help in building a sustainable organic rice value chain and ensuring long-term benefits to the farmers?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
It's an honor to be part of this panel's chairmanship of Chairman Pira, Sir appreciate Sirji, and Madam Saswati Bose, and our fellow co-panelists. So, just a brief introduction. Just like to mention about, though this topic research is very relevant and timely when we're talking about organic rice and rice products. And then basically, this is a time where we think about, India is very much live in our food security, but we're talking from livelihood and culture. So this is one point where we have to focus on what this topic is all about. But given the fact that I come from the state of Meghalaya, which is organic by tradition, and we have a lot of farmers practicing organic farming in the state. So, see, on an average, we have about 3 lakh hectares hectare on arable land, out of which the government they aims to cover around 1 lakh hectare by 2020 under organic farming. So this is the much needed, in fact, what we are working on it right now. And since I represent Meghalaya, which is a society which is very important agriculture and farmers' welfare, we are much more into how we are to collaborate with our farmers, presenting the farmers producer organizations, the service providers, we have accepting bodies, and of course. So this is what we are talking from Meghalaya perspective. Though we have a lot of niche products that are being certified organic. You talk about Lakaron turmeric, you talk black pepper, you talk about cassie mandarin, the pineapples. But when we come to organic rice, see, we have been working very closely with our founders. We have 6 FPOs working very closely with us. They are into organic rice, and we are merged into specialty rices like the Pepina Yong, we call it in Khasi, that is our language, also black sticky rice, or in the other white sticky rice, which has got a tremendous demand in the market. So, with that, in that aspect, what we have done is, you see, we have around, just recently we have covered around 3,000 hectares. In terms of area, it's still very small. But the farmers are doing, by preserving these seed varieties, or maintaining this indigenous technology, indigenous varieties that we have, and there's a lot of potential in these varieties like the white sticky rice, probably with the black sticky rice. So now, though we have that 1 lakh hectare, which I told you is a statistical figure that we have achieved that. And through the interventions from our side with the other service providers, we have been able to achieve, till date, certified organic life is around 25,000 hectares. And then we are getting another 24,000 hectares more by this year under IC1. Then revealing around 40 to 45,000 hectares plus. These are under this survey. We are going to survey that. And by 2028, we'll be sure to cover that 1 lakh hectare. So this is what we are looking at. And then with respect to, with regards to our, the organic rice, these unique rices that we have, these specialty rice that we have, it's got a lot of potential, number 1. Number 2, it's rich in proteins. This is one thing. So we are looking something where we can work with farmers, getting them more incentives, and number 2, give them more capacity building where they can produce more, because this is the area where we have to do a lot of work. So here we are working a lot with the research institutions. We are working with farmers. So this is what we have been working as far as rice is concerned. But other products, I'm sure you're all aware about the ginger that we have in the state, and I've mentioned about turmeric. So we're working closely with NCUL. Also last time we have signed an MOU with them. We were looking for the ginger for this year. Perhaps we can use a little work of ginger. And apart from that, we have done a lot of work exporting our products, not only to where we're working with Lulu and we're working with many organizations in India. And now they're coming forward. Since last time we had a World Food India program here today, is the same venue. We have signed many MOUs with our partners. So these are looking ahead for our spices. And yes, this time we are looking at urban spices. So I hope that
this is my short opening for speech from my side, my opening remarks from my side. I hope this conversation that we're going to have here, this dialogue, I think is going to have a very good impact, especially when you talk about organic rices, where we can take it to a newer heights for the state as a whole and as a country as a whole. So with these few words, ma'am, thank you very much. It is my opening from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And also, I think it's a very nice development that you have shared that you are tying up with NCOL, because this encourages the growers that they have a market linkage. So this is a good development. And in continuation to this, because then we'll request Mr. Vipul Mittal from NCOL. So I will request Mittalji. NCOL has launched its range of organic products under the brand Bharat Organic, and presently you are focusing on the domestic market. But how do you view the export potential of organic rice from India?
Basically, let me take this opportunity to first introduce NCOL to all of you. NCOL is National Cooperative Organics Limited. It is a recently formed multi-state cooperative society, and we today represent about 10,035 primary agriculture cooperative societies, which in turn would have membership of more than 10 million farmers. So we are basically an organization of farmers committed to organic cultivation and promotion of organic marketing in the country, and of course the exports as well. Now with this mandate, we have launched Bharat Organics as a brand to front run the initiatives of the organic farmers in the country, because the grant gives a opportunity to create more value for the farmers. And when we look at our farmer base today, the organic farmer base in India, it's very interesting, because when you talk of organic rice in particular, I come from a retail background, and I can tell you that while we were selling a whole host of organic products, rice was definitely not one of the key ones. So organic rice in India, organic basmati rice in India is a very limited market. But at the same time, organic basmati rice is a very potential product for exports. Now, this is where the multiple aspects of marketing come into play, whether you call it the consumer preferences, the consumer's perception of value, the amount of communication that we have made around the product, and of course the benefit of organic product and the utilization of organic. So I think all of these aspects have to be addressed when we talk of the domestic market for the basmati rice. Whereas when we look at the export potential of basmati rice, this is something which is already there. But my point is a little different here. I would actually lay my bet on the non-basmati rice, because India, as the previous speakers also said, has actually such a whole host of regional varieties of rice which are so beautiful in terms of their aromatic, profile, their nutritional profile, their health profile, that I think somewhere the non-basmati has become a second cousin to basmati, if I may say. And the opportunity when we talk of organic is actually to bring those varieties into the mainstream. And I think that's the area where NCOL would definitely like to make an effort. We are in the process of launching a whole range of the range and variety of rice from every corner of the country, because I think that's the way we can bring the organic farmers into the mainstream and give them the benefit of the market. And in case we are able to give them a higher value for their product, then automatically I think they will be encouraged and motivated to grow more. So that's the belief that we carry, and we would like to, we are working towards that. Now, this is where I would briefly touch upon the certification process, because when we say organic, then I think the way we understand organic is by virtue of its certification. It's like if I'm a graduate, then I think need a degree. Or otherwise, howsoever intelligent I may be, but you will not call you a graduate, right? So, and I think we have representation here for both the organic standards, certification standards that we have in India, the MPOP standards as well as the PGS standards. And NCOL is very happy to say that, we are engaging with both these standards, because our aim is to provide a certified, trusted product to our customers in India first, and then of course exports. And exports, we rely on the NPOP standards alone right now. So I think those are the globally accepted standards. And for exports, we also have a sister cooperative called National Cooperative Exports Limited, NCEL. So they are the ones who are, front-ending the export initiative for us and all the other cooperatives. And they are the ones who are basically representing the Bharat Organic brand as well as the bulk products which we have and develop the global markets for us. So coming back, I think the opportunity as we see is one, develop the traditional varieties of rice, both for the domestic market and the export markets. And there, I think the critical role will be played in highlighting the nutritional aspects of these rices and also the culinary aspects of these rices. Now, I was having a chat with Anilji on the sidelines, and I think he made a very valid point that we need to educate the customers how these traditional rice can be incorporated into their cuisine. Because if for some reason for the last 10-20 years, if my kitchen is using basmati rice, then we will convert them from basmati to some other rice. I think somebody has to make that nudge and give them the mechanism of utilizing these beautiful traditional nutritional aromatic rices in the kitchen. So I think these are some of the things that we are working upon. And as Bharat Organics, as NCOL, I think we are very happy that the entire ecosystem today is galvanizing itself to promote the traditional varieties of rice in India, and we would definitely be trying to give a better return to the farmers, because we being a farmer-centric organization, a farmer cooperative, I think our understanding is very clear that if we suitably incentivize the farmer, I think they will have more motivation to grow the right products in the right manner, and I think that's what organic is all about. Thank you so much.
Lake life and
Am I audible? Yes. So I think NCR is really playing a very important role, and we continue to play. And of course, it will grow in coming days, because as you said that just recently launched, and now I think that already you have had your presence in the country. And as you said that we will organize the supply chain, and then through LCEL, the farmers can be connected, the cooperatives can be connected to the export market. Now, as Mr. Mittal, mentioned in his when he was explaining that certification is central to the credibility of organic products. So it's very important because the LPOP is a third-party certification system which is globally accepted for export of organic products. So we really want to work hard to maintain the credibility of this system. So my next question is to Mr. Anil Jadhav. He is from EcoCert. From your perspective, what are the emerging challenges that you are seeing today in this certification process?
hello. First of all, thank you, Peda Chairman, the Council Reviews for Agravati EcoCert for this important initiative on organic rice and export. Before I start about the actual question, let me introduce what is EcoCert as a company today. EcoCert is a French company doing certification for sustainable and environmental services. We have more than 150 schemes under which the certification happens, and organic is one of them. As a company, we have certification in Europe, mostly for organic food, but also textiles and cosmetics. As far as certification is concerned and the challenges are concerned, and I'm not just referring to India as a country, but the first and most important challenge for organic farming across the world is awareness and complexities involved into organic certification. If you take example of India as a country, the farmers who are into organic, it is very difficult for them to understand the technology and the requirements of the standards, which makes it very difficult. So if you take a good example of successful organic country, Denmark is one country where per capita consumption or spending on organic is the highest among the world, probably around $400. And that is primarily because of three factors. One is the government involvement and policy making, which is also there in India. Second is NGOs are very much active in creating the awareness among the consumers. Number two. Number three, the farmers are themselves motivated to participate and produce the organic varieties required for the public. So as a country, India has huge area from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, which can produce any crop which is required. And that is something required, that farmer participation is very much required. So if you see the food map in the world, at one side we have conventional farming full of chemicals, fertilizers, and you can say poison. And on the other side, it is organic, which is expected to be extremely clean and pesticide free and chemical free. So I consider, being in a certification body, it is quite unfair to expect that organic should be extremely pure. So we are talking about ek taraf zahar or dusri taraf amrit. So there is a possibility to have something in between, because as a country we have 1.4 billion people, and that itself is a huge market. That is number one challenge. Number two, there are multiple standards for a producer to sell his produce. So if somebody wants to send something to Japan, there is a different standard. America is a different standard. Brazil has a different standard. EU has a different standard. And that too many standard actually consumes a lot of money, energy, and resources for the company to get a certified product. And it also consumes a lot of time, because if 5 certifying bodies are coming to do an audit on all these schemes, it consumes almost a month or two for them. And instead of doing marketing and sales, they spend time in attending the audits throughout the year. That is the second challenge. Third is green labeling, which is very frequently happening across the world. So there are companies who are selling as aquaculture or vertical farming. So this actually dilutes the real concept of organic, which is soil based. Fourth is required manpower in India. If you see, there are more than 4,000 ICS projects in India. And as per the requirement, you need at least 10 people per ICS. That itself requires 45,000 trained manpower in India for managing those farms. So these are some of the difficulties. And also, if you see the farmer at the center of everything needs a support mechanism when they are in transitioning from conventional farming to organic farming, which requires 2 to 3 years of time. So maybe there can be some incentives from the government or some insurance policies which can help farmers to be motivated and remain in the system. And third and the last one is basically there's a huge gap between the people who are exporting the commodities and produce and the farmers. We need a bridge of agri entrepreneurs, which can be from IIMs or from agriculture universities. And as a company, EcoCert is involved in some activities where we are training some students in Akola University, where we have 1 year agriculture certification course for them. That actually brings a lot of interest for those people who can be part of the organic movement in India. And they are also placing and getting very good job opportunities in supply chain in organic. And that is something which will help. We are also working with an institute in Jaipur, which has more than 200 startups who are going to work on sustainability and organic. That's something which will bring the confidence of farmers and people into the supply chain for exports. So these are some of the challenges and opportunities from my side.
Thank you, Mr. Chandra. I think that yes, you have pointed out some of the issues, especially regarding the awareness and the farmers. And from APEDA side also, with the introduction of the 8th edition of the National Program for Organic Protection, we are involved in the sensitization, national level sensitization as well as state levels. And we have covered at least one round, many cases, even 2 rounds of sensitization of the stakeholders in NPOP. But yes, we look forward for support from all corners and all stakeholders, state governments, so that we can, it should be a continuous process so that the farmers are made aware. My next question will be to Mr. Kapan Ray from Patiti Organics. As one of the prominent exporters of organic products, we request you to share your insights on your sourcing model and the supply chain for organic raw materials and including rice, because rice is also an important commodity that you are exporting. Pastor Ray.
Thank you, Faswati ma'am. Respected chairman and distinguished panelists here and wonderful audience here. It's a great honor for me to be here sharing the dais with all the dignitaries. I come from a background that for almost 29 years I've been practicing organic. I myself is a soil microbiologist. So I come to this particular field with an intention of doing something very, very committed, in a very committed manner. And that's how I adopted, since 1996 onward, the organic supply chain. At that point of time, of course, India used to follow the IFM standard, but also the European standards. And so over the period of almost 29 years, I've learned about how it works, what are the difficulties. So when you say organic, the first thing would be how committed you are as a company, as a person, as a farmer, or even as a customer. What is your commitment? So it starts with that commitment, because when you say organic, there's a lot of investment. Now, of course, over a period of time, a lot of standards have been changed. Earlier, there was only few standards, but now everything is purpose-driven. Farmer, if they start, they would also like to know which standard they should follow. If I, as a company, would like to start, I also would like to know which is the market. So the system has to be developed in such a manner that it works out right from the field till the shelf. And there are the people, different types of people are involved. One is at the grassroots level where the farmers, they are the starting point, where they have very limited resources, except that they have the land. But of course, they can be provided the technology. They can be grouped together. They can be bent into organic with all certification in place. But again, at the same time, you also need to know where it has to go. If it is domestic market, of course, you need to follow certain standards. If it has to go to Switzerland, then it has to follow different standards. So you really need to be very, very clear from the day one that where you want to go, where is the destination. So everything has to be purpose-driven. So coming to the very specific question to Saswati ma'am, that how the procurement, all this. So it's an uphill task, because when you have a cluster where the government of India had the program called NPOP, where you can have the farming families, and most of them are the smallholders. So we need to make aggregation. So aggregation, again, you need to grow certain varieties as per the export market, the demand, the export market. And you grow this, you scale it up, you have to procure, you have to ensure that the quality is up to the mark. And then you procure, while the entire value chain, you have to make sure that everything is the contamination free. Because once you grow it organically, you have to procure, you have to make sure that the product doesn't have any kind of external contaminations. So, of course, India being is basically the entire organic. What I have understood is basically the small and marginal farmers involved. So again, their produce are smaller quantity. So when you want to export in a bigger scale, you need to really aggregate. While the aggregation takes place, you have to really monitor the quality, because it is coming from many, many different farmers. You need to group it, and you have to
ensure the quality system in place, right at the farms and the farming level. Of course, they are certified organic, but once they have the harvest, you need to also ensure that post-harvest technology is in place. Besides, what is the market is your target market? So you have to also ensure that this produce will meet the quality of their target market. So while you procure the quantities, you have to ensure that all the produce are really having those qualities. And then, of course, you can aggregate that and you can procure it and you can bring it to the certified processing unit. Again, you have to follow all the food safety standards as per the country, as well as domestic FSSI standard. And then you can, based on the batch, you can process it, pack it, and as per the export market, you can export that. So this is a long process, but it needs a lot of commitment, a lot of understanding, right at the grassroots level and also at the export level, and also the exporting countries that they are required. Over a period of time, I must say, as you know, India rice is concerned, so there are so many domestic varieties. My fellow panelists, they also mentioned a lot of domestic varieties. I had the opportunity to introduce many of the rice varieties in the international market, right from a small district called Damachi. In 2013-14, we started a project where the red rice has gone to the world market. The first time ever from the Damachi district, the red rice has gone to the market in the United States. And the demand of that red rice was huge. We could supply up to 1,700 metric ton of that rice. Similarly, there are also a specialty rice, you might be knowing, the locally called Bora, which we could find as a rice specialist with an experience of almost more than 25 years. I could see that the stickiness, it can replace the sushi rice. So we started promoting that particular Bora variety, and we could sell this product in the European market, in Netherlands. When we first ship the first consignment of Bora, which is we considered as a sticky rice from India, but those European customers, they considered as a sushi rice. Immediately, as soon as we exported there, they checked the quality is up to the mark. And they asked for the next container. But again, as you know, organic is not that easy because you need to really make sure that everything takes place at the ground level from the day one. We couldn't supply the second container because the Bora quantities, even till date, it is not scaled up. It is only the farmer they produce and they're mostly for their own consumption. So you really need to make sure that whatever the market demands has to be reflected at the field level also. And once that everything is there, right from the field to the shelf, it is all there, that all the traceability is there. And you can really procure in a manner where the integrity of the organic is there, then you can definitely market any of this product. So it's challenging, but I think as we did it in the past, and now, of course, there's so much focus of the government also to promote organic. I think the future is really brighter for not only for the exporter, but I think also for the farmers. Thank you.
Thank you, Tapanji. A related question, in continuation to this, would be, so what in your views the interventions that can be taken to scale up the organic rice exports?
To me, ma'am?
To scale up the organic rice exports?
So see, the thing is, as I mentioned, everything has to be very purpose driven. If you know your market, you can really guide your farmers very well. Today, I know the European market, although basmati rice is consumed as a table purpose rice, but I think there is also demand for a lot of non-basmati rice from India. As I must tell you, that over a period of, I should say, developing a base for almost 10 years, we became one of the largest exporter of organic rice from India. Or maybe second largest in the world. There's only one farm I know in the United States. They were the largest. It's called Lundberg Family Farm because they grow everything in the United States. They're very large and they have 70% market share. But I think India had that potential. Now also we have, with a large number of varieties of rice, it can be, you can make a lot of value-added products. Our rice, when we sell as a organic raw material to the European customer, they make a lot of value-added products. Again, I'll tell you that there's a very big demand for the baby food quality organic rice. It can be in the form of rice flour and rice itself. Again, it comes from the non-aromatic rice, which is non-basmati rice. Again, India has a huge potential. As we focus on the quality, we have all the quality parameters in place for all the markets. Let it be Swiss market, let it be German market, let it be US market, Canada, Japan, Middle East. We have all the standards. By the way, Pratiti Organic Food, it is 8.5 years, about 88 years old company, but I'm working in this field for almost 29 years. But when we started this company, we became the world first gold status regenerative organic certified. Again, regenerative, it brings a lot of premium. And we are the only company in the world having the regenerative rice plus the gold status. No other farm, how big they are, nobody is having the gold status. So that when our rice goes to our Govindabhog rice, which is the regenerative certified from the West Bengal, when it goes to Whole Foods, it commands a premium. When our traditional basmati rice goes to Whole Foods under regenerative, it commands the most premium. So India has got a lot of potentials, I must say. With organic, in case you can cater to those needs of those markets, there's a huge potential. And if you can do the value addition, rice-based snacks like rice cake, rice chips, rice syrup, rice protein, so there is a huge consumption. China is already taking a huge lead in those products. India also can take a bit. We have a huge rice production. As you know, rice protein is one such product which is the most easily digestible protein amongst all the protein syrup you can think of, whether it's a plant protein, animal protein, but rice protein in one such product which can be easily digested. And this is one of the reasons there is a huge demand for the rice protein. And when it is organic rice protein, of course, there is a very premium product. And as you know, rice is having about 7% protein. So you need to get 1 kilo of rice protein, you need about 14 kg of rice. So that means there is a huge potential. So as we have a large farming base in India, if you can start doing all the value addition of the products, all this produce can be conceived. But we need to know our market, we need to know our customer and their demand. And once we, right from the ground level, if you go to that market, and if you can really maintain all the quality parameters, all the product quality, there's a huge. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Takanji. You have shared with your case study various measures that can be taken to upscale the export of organic rice. We are running on a little short of time, but I will have quick questions for our three panelists. But Agnesji, in continuation to where you just left during the research, with the recent provision of, and as you are all aware, hopefully, that in under even the NPOP standards of the third party certification system, in the 8th edition, we have even a provision for transition from the PGS to the NPOP certification system, provided that PGS farmers have been cultivating organic for more than 3 years and do not having complete records, and it can be established that they have not used any prohibited substances, then they can, without the conversion period, they can move on to from PGS to the NPOP certification. So, How do you think that this derogation provision will benefit the farmers and strengthen the overall organic value chain?
It's this step of this will definitely benefit the BGS farmers with the group of farmers. Actually, the challenge here, which I have seen in the period online 2-3 months, I can see that our groups are a bit small. Say 50, 60 farmers, 25 hours groups. So your ICS system, suppose they wanted to register, converts as NTOT as a ICS or as a single farm. So this becomes a challenge. So this is one of the challenge which I identify, and this is one of the projects. And otherwise, things are okay if some even 3-4 clusters which are nearby, if they form a big federation, say 30 to 500 farmers, they want to shift towards a point that it is possible, but we need to identify this kind of situation. And another thing which I would to tell the audience also here, when giving the chairman, sir, that we have a large base of stakeholders, starting from the farmers, the groups, the processors, then we have ICAs. So many names are there, local groups. Now in Mission Natural Farming, we have clusters, under 20 farmers clusters. And we have MRLs, Institute of Rural Development, MRLs. So many stakeholders is here for you. Assessing also, they are supporting the processing side in the organic thing also. Then we have aquaculture, beekeeping, so many stakeholders. We have research side also, ICAR, Krishi Vigyan Kendras. We have food safety, the regulators, AFEDA, including EIC for experiments. Only thing is that even for farmers, everywhere, the gap is there. For farmers, there is a technology gap. Similarly, for the exporters like NUCL, we have seen Vipulji is coming in a big way. Instead of for credits, they set up export agency, and also for domestic purpose are very cooperative limited. Big gap is there in the sense that we are not able to reach to each other. Also, we need to connect. We all the stakeholders. There should be a certain kind of thing. We can leverage the IT technology, that how we should make each other accessible, so that suppose the exporters, the buyers, they want to reach out to the grassroots level farmers, how they can reach to them. Because if the farmers, the base level, the grassroots level organizations, the farmers, maybe the association of farmers, the group of farmers, if they get, the certainty of the market that, okay, they will get this much price, and for organic produce, fees 3 to 4 times higher, 3 times higher price, then only they will sustain in this organic thing. And then we will think of you to say setting the goal up to 2047 Viksit Bharat ke liye. How much organic price can be scaled up in a big way, the way we IT technology can be leveraged for this. We all can come together, all the stakeholders. The kind of online system can be developed by all the stakeholders. Single window kind of thing can be developed. And there can be 3 major sectors like producers, then in between processors, then regulators. So they all 3 can be in a single sector. So that each and everybody is accessible. So whatever we require, even input industry, I am missing. The input industry is also there. So in organic sector, they are also missing the bus. They are saying that organic is growing, but biofertilizer, biopesticides, low takers are there. So this kind of a gap is where.
Thank you, Ganesh. I think the last point we have really correctly pointed out that yes, we need to popularize the use of biofertilizers and pesticides, which will really help us scale the release reduction, which initially has a cause of the transitions in the fertilizers pesticides to organic waste. And also, we are very much optimistic that it is both of agriculture ministry, and they have a large protection base. PGS farmers and POP farmers all coming together after transition for PGS to organic, and thinking with the export market, we will have a sizable amount of exportable surplus, organic and certified, and we will be able to increase not only the export of rice as a commodity, but also in the processed item, because processing and value addition, as one of our panelists said, that is very important, and it is actually the need of the hour. Because what is happening is that we are exporting rice and the foreign countries like the USA and what they are selling it to that processed form. You can see such variety of products which are there, many products at the market. So we only can supply those products. Now my last question will be to Shri Vakpur Linda sir. The northeastern region, we know that it has a lot of indigenous rice varieties, and it presents a very unique opportunity for branding of organic rice from the region. So, how the region is leveraging this potential to strengthen its organic identity?
All right, man. Thanks for the question. Yeah, in fact, you see, Northeast India as a whole, we want to create as a hub for organic rices because we have got different varieties, different land races we have as far as rice is concerned. So, as I mentioned to you just now, a few minutes back in my opening remarks, that yes, our indigenous varieties that we have has got a lot of potential. So, in fact, it's a time for us that we work together, as a Northeast, something like a organic rice zone or something like a hub where we can create these kind of opportunities where people can see about what we have, because we have, see, if you talk from Manipur, talk from Arunachal or Assam, any other state we have in Northeast, they have got their, the uniqueness of the varieties that they have. So from our perspective, yes, the as a whole, we need to leverage from this one. That's number one. Number two, we need to improve the production. This is what we have to understand, because we know that, I should just thank the Chairman Apeda for giving us the opportunity, for giving us a space here. This is the first time that we are taking part in this event. And it so happened like our stalls right from yesterday, day one, we have got regular visitors asking and so curious about the varieties of the uniqueness of the varieties that we have, looking at the rices that we have in the store. So they are so curious to say how much we can give us, how much we can do the export for us here and there. So it's a time now for us, all of us, Northeast as a whole, to collaborate, to work together. Uniformly we can put as a one zone where, yes, we can meet organic or production as far as rice is concerned. So this is one aspect now. So maybe with that, we need a help. We have to work with so many stakeholders. We have people here, the exporters are here. We have to learn with these research institutions when we have to purify the seeds, because these seeds which we have, they are mostly cranial resilient. They have been there for so many years. Our forefathers have been using these seeds. They've been using these varieties of seeds, and now they are still there. So we need to purify these seeds. We get a research technology where we can have to improve the production. So there only we can work together and put it on ease and a global map as far as organic rice is concerned. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think we had a very enriching discussions today, and a lot of thought-provoking. We have got insights from our distinguished panelists.
Esteemed panelists who have covered the entire value chain, be it from the production, which of the Bangladesh has there, and also on the certification side, which Mr. Jadal has done. Then also issues of marketing, which Mr. Vittal from NCOL and also Mr. Dappal has said, but also Adav. Especially I would thank Nabulia that you have highlighted there various aspects which the Northeast is having a lot of the few varieties to reference the unique products which can be taken up. So as a way forward, or as the points which I feel are very important in taking forward the exports of organic products, including rice. Firstly, which is very important, is at the production level, the training and capacity building of the farmers is very important. They need to be aware on what are the requirements for organic farming, how to take it forward. The second aspect and a related aspect which was raised was that the sufficient availability of organic inputs, be it fertilizer, be it organic fertilizers or organic biopesticides that can be used to tackle the illness. Then also a related issue which needs to be told to the farmers is possibility of a yield loss. But of course, in that, I also think that in many areas, especially in the northeastern states, areas like Ladakh, Andamans, where the fertilizers have never been used, over there, as such, there would be any yield loss, even if we get the product certified into organic. The yield loss will only be there where already there is organic, where there is conventional production is there. Then to switch that to organic, there will be yield loss. But to the other areas which are on target areas like the northeastern states or Ladakh, Himalayan states, where the fertilizer use is very minimal, I don't think there will be a yield loss as such over there. Then the next point is linking the product to the market. So for that, firstly, we need to bring out the unique aspects of the product, how the organic product as such is good for the consumer, and also to leverage the uniqueness of the products. Like our colleague from Magnolia has said that there are many products at the Northeast, especially also the rice. It has a lot of unique characteristics which the consumers need to know. Only then they will be willing to pay the premium for the product. So that is very intrinsically linked to the marketing aspect also. So the product, the uniqueness of the product needs to be told, and then it needs to be marketed as such. Lot of countries are doing even marketing of the products. Right, we are seeing cases of single mango of Japan being sold at very high rates just because is packaged and also marketed in such a good fashion. The same we can also maybe emulate. Then one issue which was raised was on the certification. So certification, of course, was very important. You need to have a very credible certification system. There is need to be good manpower because Sujata was rightly said that there are 4,000 plus groups, and with even 10 personnel for each group, there will be around the requirement of around 40,000 personnel to man the organic groups. So that itself is a big requirement. And while it is being done independently by the various organic players, PIDA has also tied up with the National Skill Development Center, and we have recently started a course also for ICS inspectors. The first course was successfully completed. We will be now moving on a second course in that. So for certification of the manpower, the work is underway. Then the next point is, of course, value addition. So value addition is very important. This is true for all the products, including rice. I don't think we will be able to get this all, but full value by just selling the raw rice. So organic, it is very important. In any case, the product needs to be certified. There needs to be proper packaging and labeling. So to an extent, already organic is a higher value-added product of rice. That is true. But like Mr. Tapan said, that there are other possibilities. Pasta can be made. Dairy food is also there. Lot of products, crackers are there from rice. The rice protein is also there. So many products are possible, right? And we can leverage the organic nature of the rice we have used to have better value-added products. Then now, I would also like to say that like Mr. Mittal was just showing me that they are coming up with the special packaging and special branding of a lot of non-basmati rice. And if we see the position that lot of GI varieties which are inherently organic are also being displayed, and a good amount of different recipes are being made from this rice. Many of us have not even seen those varieties earlier. Like the rice from Jammu Kashmir is there, then even the Assam rice is there, and a lot of international dishes have been made. So this is one start which we made, and we will be definitely bringing it forward. And like it was said, taking organic forward, also organic rice forward. It is the effort which is, it is a big effort, and which can only succeed if we have the stakeholders from the farmers who are the producers, then the certification bodies who are doing the certification, then the industry which is doing the value addition packaging, and also at the marketing level with the companies, and also very important bodies like LCOA who are working through the cooperative societies and working at a very decentralized level with farmer groups, are working hand in hand together in taking the organic sector forward. And I'm very hopeful that to the coming periods, we will definitely see that while we are dominating in the exports of conventional rice, we will be similarly dominating in the exports of organic rice as well in the coming period. So my thank you to all the panelists and also to all the participants of the session for very patiently hearing us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. As we reach the end of this session, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to Shri Abhishek Desh, Chairman ABIDA, for chairing this session and for guiding us with his insights and vision on boosting export of organic products and also specific reference to organic rice. I would also like to thank all of our distinguished panelists for their valuable contribution to this very important session, and the participants for attending this and being a part of this important discussions. Together, we can make India a global leader in organic rice exports through integrity, innovation, and inclusive growth. So thank you very much to all.